Hello students, welcome back to the channel. So we are continuing the topic biodiversity. Now see patterns of biodiversity when we find that the diversity is not uniform throughout the world, okay? It is, you can say uneven distribution is going on and we are finding latitude gradient is there. So see carefully when we study the diversity of plant and animal, we find it is not uniform throughout the world, but it shows certain uneven distribution is going on. We find there is a latitude gradient in the diversity is there. In general, you know very well that diversity will be more in the tropic as compared to the temperate. So what we find is species diversity decreases when we move away from equator. Means when we are moving from equator to the poles, the diversity will decrease. Now, for example, they have given one example. See carefully, Colombia, which is near equator, is having 1400 species of birds. So this is the bird information they are giving with respect to the different countries according to the latitude gradient. Is it clear? So I'm just highlighting it. It is given here, Colombia, located near equator, 1400 species of birds. Now, Amazon rainforest of South America, it is having nearly 1300 species of birds. So see beta, the tropical Amazon rainforest of South America is having the greatest biodiversity of Earth and it is having 1300 birds. Then India, whose major portion is also coming in the tropical belt, is having 1200 species of birds. So see carefully, it is given here. India, with much of its land area in the tropical latitude, has more than 1200 species of birds. Then next is New York. If we see the New York, whose latitude gradient is at 41 degree, it is having 105 species and Greenland is having 56 species of birds. So this is the way how they ask you the questions. I'm trying to explain you. You learn it this way better. So New York at 41 degree north is having 105 species and Greenland at 71 degree north is having only 56 species of birds. So I think so we have tried to understand, see the latitude gradient by taking only one taxonomical group, we have taken only birds. Now what we are finding, one forest is there. If we see the forest, then we are finding the forest of the tropical belt is Ecuador. In the tropical belt, one forest is there that is known as Ecuador. And in the temperate region, we can say in the region like Midwest of USA, as compared to this, as compared to Midwest of USA, Ecuador is having 10 times more vascular plant, 10 times more vascular plants. And vascular plants, you know very well, they are pteridophyte, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. So a forest of the tropical region like Ecuador has 10 times as many species of vascular plant as compared to the forest of equal area. Area is equal, but it is lying in the temperate region. For example, you can say Midwest of USA. So see beta, all the line of NCERT is covered and in the table form, it will help you to learn. So I hope, so beta, up till here, all the information is clear to you. Now see, with respect to Amazon rainforest, which is in South America, it is actually having 40,000, more than 40,000 species of plants. So you can write here, more than 40,000 species of plants. Okay, 3,000 fishes, 3,000 species of fishes. Birds data we have written up, but again we can write here 1,300 birds. 427 mammals and 427 amphibians. So 427 mammals and 427 amphibians. And 378 reptiles and more than 125,000 invertebrates. So 378 reptiles and more than 125,000 invertebrates. So beta, if you will write it here on the side now, it will help you to learn the things. And nearly at least 2 million insect species are waiting for the discovery. So this is all the information of the diversity with respect to the latitude gradient. Now question is coming in the mind, why the tropic is having more diversity? What is the reason why tropic is having more diversity? To ecologists and evolutionary biologists, they have given three hypotheses. Number one, they are saying speciation. Speciation means making of species is generally a function of time. It is a time-consuming process. Tropical latitude have remained undisturbed for millions of years, and thus they had a long evolutionary time for species diversification. Okay, the way I'm reading, please read that way, then only it will be helpful for you. But the temperate areas, they were the one which were subjected to frequent glaciation. Glaciation means ice falling and all this thing was going on in the past. Means their environment is not constant. Second reason is that tropical latitude, they are the one which are less seasonal. Again, question, but are very important. They are less seasonal and they are more constant. Please remember, tropical environment, they are less seasonal and more constant, and thus they are predictable. And this constant environment is necessary for Nike specialization. Nike specialization, Nike word means what? It is a functional role of an organism in an ecosystem. What functional role it is playing in an ecosystem? Few are working as producers, few are working as decomposers. So that specialization is only developed with the help of constant environment. And as a result, great diversity is coming. Third reason for the speciation in the tropic is, there is more solar energy available in the tropic, because of which the productivity is very high, and as a result, diversity is also very high. So I think so up till here you have understood three hypotheses why the tropic is having more diversity as compared to the temperate. This is your board question, also 3 marks question, and in the PMT if they ask, here they confuse the student. I told you they will ask you tropical is less seasonal or more seasonal. Here they will confuse you better. And is it more constant or less constant? So please remember, tropical environment are less seasonal and they are more constant. So I hope up till here your concept is clear. Now see beta, next is this one, Alexander von Humboldt. He was a German naturalist and he was a geographer. He was doing a lot of extensive work. He started only and he's doing a lot of exploration in the South America jungles. Then what he observed that species richness was increasing with increasing explored area, but only up to a limit. So according to the Alexander von Humboldt, he told richness will increase. Species richness means number of species present per unit area. So it will increase the moment you are increasing the area, but only up to a limit. The relationship between species richness and area for different type of taxa, you can take either angiosperms or plants or birds, bats, freshwater. It turns out to be rectangular hyperbola. It is always, whatever variety you are taking, it is generally rectangular hyperbola. And on the log scale, it is a straight line. Clear, beta? So you please remember this diagram. This is rectangular hyperbola for species area relationship, where S means species richness, A is area, C is y-intercept, and Z is slope of line or regression coefficient. In case of the log, I think so you know, it is a linear, and I think so you can convert log S into log S, C into log C, and when the power is given, so this power will be written front, Z will be written front, and then log A. So I think so this much is clear to you. Now see, carefully please focus beta. Ecologists have identified that value of Z will lies in this range. In this range it is lying. It is not dependent on which taxonomical group or region. So regardless of any taxonomical group or the region, whatever be the region or whatever be the taxonomical group, majority it is lying in this region. Whether you take an example of plant in Britain, okay, you are taking an example of plant in Britain, or you are taking example of birds in California, or you take mollusca in New York, generally the slope of regression means your slope of line, that is regression coefficient, will be always this, whatever taxonomical group you take or whatever region you take. But if suppose you are trying to study it in large area, means entire continent, this is different now. If you analyze the species area relationship in the large area like entire continent, then only you will find that the slope of line is becoming much steeper. Means the value of Z can range from 0.6 to 1.2. So here you can write, normally it is 0.1 to 0.2. For which condition, beta? You can write plants in Britain, birds in California, and mollusca in New York. Clear, beta? This way you can write it, New York. For entire continent, then you can write the value is going for 0.6 to 1.2. Clear? Now, for example, fruit-eating birds, frugivores, and mammals of different continent, the slope of it is found 1.15. So you can write here, I'm just writing it this side, you can see here, frugivores and mammals, for them the value of Z is actually 1.15. So if they ask you with respect to anything like all these examples, then you will give the answer this. If they ask you for entire continent, then it is going 0.6 to 1.2. But for fruit-eating birds and mammals, answer is going this. So I hope so in this video, latitude gradient and species area relationship, this much topic might be clear to you. In the next video, we'll be going to discuss the importance of species diversity. Thanks for watching it.